Hello friends, today we will start the third unit of your management. In the previous unit we have discussed about the supervisor and the role of supervisor, supervision, all these things. Now in this lecture we will discuss about the direction, directing at supervisory level. Now what is directing? Directing consists of a process or a technique by which instruction can be issued and operation can be carried out as originally planned. Therefore, directing is a function of guiding, inspiring, overseeing. Okay, so what is this? The directing is a function of guiding, inspiring, overseeing, and instructing people towards accomplishment of the organizational goal. Directing is a key element, key manager functions to be performed by the manager along with planning, organizing, staffing, and controlling. These five are the basic functions of management. What are these five functions? The first function is what? Plan. Second is organize. In planning, he will do the planning, how to achieve the goal. In organizing, he will allocate the resources. Now, after that, he will recruit the staff. Okay, and he will direct the staff for doing that function, and then he will control if there is any deviations. So these are the five functions of management: planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. From top executive to supervisor, everyone perform the functions of directing, and it takes place accordingly wherever supervisor subordinate relation exists. Directing is a continuous process initiated at the top level and flows through bottom through the organizational hierarchy. So this directing function is initiated at the top level and it just goes down from top level to the medium manager, middle management to the lower manager to the supervisor shop floor. So it goes on its flow from top to bottom. Now directing consists of supervision, motivation, leadership, and communication. The key elements of directing are supervision. Okay, so you can direct only when you know what is going on. Then it requires motivation. Okay, unless and until the person is going get motivated, he will not give you the efficiency. Okay, or he will not perform to the 100% of his ability. So motivation is very important. Then leadership and communication, these are also very important things. Then it involves issuing order and instruction to the subordinate. In directing, what is there? So we are going to issue the orders and instruction to the subordinate that you have to follow these rules, that you have to do in such a manner. Such type of orders and instructions you are going to do. Guiding and inspiring to the subordinates. Sometimes you need to guide the subordinate that if you are going to do in this way, then it will give the results. Sometimes you need to do the inspirations, give the inspiration. How to inspire? There are different means of inspiring the subordinates. Okay, sometimes if you are going to perform the task or if you are going to just show that I am going to perform this like this, that also inspire. If you are going to just tell them some motivational story, that also inspire. If you're going to just make a healthy competition in the department, that also inspire. Okay, so you need to just inspire the subordinates, leading and motivating to subordinates for achieving the desired goals of the organization. Okay, so the next functions at the supervisory level is what he should be able to lead and motivate the subordinate for achieving the desired goal of the organization. What are the goals of the organization that should be achieved? Now, what is the need? Need for directing an instruction to the subordinate. Following situations may arise due to lack of directions. If you are not going to follow the direction, then there may be certain issues or problems. The first, unable to execute the planned work. Okay, So if there is no proper direction, your plan does not get executed. What your plan? That is not going to be executed. So lack of direction is result into the non-execution of the plan. Then unable to identify the resources. If you don't have the proper direction, you are not able to identify the proper resources. Then chance of repetitive mistake. Okay, if the mistake is going to be done by someone, and if you are not given the proper direction that you have to just rectify the mistake in this manner, then the mistake is going to be repeated. The chances are there that the mistake is going to be repeated over there. Deviations may be arises in finished job. If you don't have the proper direction that your job dimension like this, if you are not going to complete in this direction in this way, then these are the circumstances of that may be the problem associated with. So what happens if proper direction is not there? Okay, then it might be possible that the finished product may have certain variations from the required one. Unable to maintain the disciplinary standard. Okay, and if there is no direction, discipline is not going to be maintained in the organization. Okay, so characteristics of directing. What are the characteristics of directing? Directing is a managerial function. Directing is a managerial function. It ensures the maximum contribution of individual. Directing will ensures the maximum contribution of individual. It coordinates group efforts. This is very important. If there is a proper directing, then the group or the team have the very good coordination among themselves. It provides stability. It provides balance in the organization, and it helps to achieve the objective of the organization. These are the characteristics of directing. Now, what is the importance of directing? Why directing is required? It initiates the action. Okay, when there is a direction, then it will initiate the action if there is deviation or some problem is there. It integrates employees' efforts. It motivates the subordinates. It facilitates implementing changes, and it creates the balance in the organization. So these are the things, that's why directing is important in the organization. Okay.